Hello, this is Derek, and I'm going to speak about pointers and virtual functions. So, in C++, pointers are special variables that can store the address of another variable. For example, we can have a pointer of any variable, any data type, but while declaring, we should add a asterisk symbol before that variable to make it a pointer variable. So, an array here in this program, we are taking three arrays, and we are taking values in these two arrays, array A and array B, and then adding these two values and putting it into array C. So in this here, what we are doing is, like, we are taking input from the user and we are storing it in A is for the first array plus I, that is this for loops I, and a asterisk. This asterisk means the value of the index, means the position of A, so that in this position the value will be stored which the user is going to put. So in an array, the address of the first element is always stored in the name of the array, that is A. So that's why we are doing A plus I, and I will go from 0 till the size of the array. So initially the size is, means I is 0, so this location is pointing to the first index of an array. So A plus 0, we'll put a new value, then so on in the next position till the end. And similarly for the second array, and then we are just calling this function add array abc, and we are putting the size n. So let's see this function. It's taking pointer A, pointer B, pointer C, and n of integer data type, and then we are just simply using a for loop, adding all the elements of the array A and B into array C, and then we are just printing it here in another for loop. So this is how pointers work. To get the address, we can use, like, we should use ampersand symbol. For example, if we have an array or a data type in, I'll do a pointer p, and then to get the address of p, we'll just use ampersand p. So this will send us the address of p. So ampersand is for address, sorry for that, and asterisk is for the value stored at that location. So you can add your p. So this is what pointers are. So now we'll move on to virtual functions. So virtual member functions in a class is that the virtual functions are declared in the base class. Like here we have a base class called stock, and there are three virtual functions, and we just need to declare it. So we'll add the keyword virtual in front of a function and then put it equals to 0, and again these things are going to be defined in the derived classes. So here a derived class is called item, and it is inheriting stock with a public access specifier. So now we need to define all these three functions here. So this is just a declaration inside the base class, and we need to define it inside the derived classes. So this is how virtual functions work. So for example, here if we have more than one class deriving the base class, that is the stock class. So this is the case of uh, function overriding. So we have the same function names, set stock, get level, get price, and the same functions we can have it in another class, but it will be used in that other class's way it wants. Like we can modify the code here, and when we call that function, it will use the function of that specific class and not the base class function. So here we are just calling set stock. If there would be another function called item2, and then that we could manipulate the set stock to do something else. So this is the idea of a virtual function in a class. Thank you.